Greetings, everybody. Greetings. Ain't nothing like making it home after a long day of serving and trying to make a difference in the lives of others. Most of you know that Yes We Can Worship Center is my operation center. It is the place that God uses me to make a difference in the lives of others. It is that place where I give something back after all that has been imparted unto me, after all that has been given to me. I was blessed to be raised by wonderful parents, Dolly Mae Manning, James Scott Manning, and I never shall take their gifts and what they imparted in me for granted. I also had wonderful mentors along the way. As a 12 or 13-year-old boy, I met Ambassador Andrew Young, and knowing him, riding around with him as he was campaigning for mayor of Atlanta, changed the trajectory of my life. It showed me what was possible. Riding around as the chauffeur, so to speak, of Reverend Hosea Williams, another civil rights giant who walked and talked with Martin Luther King Jr., likewise elevated and changed the trajectory of my life. I did not meet Reverend Jesse Jackson until 1995 in Washington, D.C., in East Lake at a protest that Jesse was doing there. Likewise, changed my life. Great preachers, Reverend Jasper Williams Jr., Reverend Moses Lee Ragland, Reverend Johnny L. Jones, Reverend Leroy Elliott, who's still living today. These guys helped make me the man that I am right now. So I can speak in colleges and at associations, and Rotary clubs, at organizations. I can speak in the prisons and the jails because of what I had to go through in order to get to where I am right now. Shameless plug. If you haven't read my book, Creating Monsters, Google it, look for it on Amazon.com and take a look at that book, and it tells you some sense of what I had to go through in order to be the man that I am right now. The reason I house the homeless, the reason I feed the hungry, I don't know how some pastors can do it. I'm not criticizing anyone else. I am not criticizing anyone else. I am not criticizing anyone else. I know everybody has their different passion. Everyone has their different callings. Everyone has their different purpose. But for the life of me, I don't know how to drive by and see a homeless man or woman digging in the trash can for food and not stop what I'm doing and go feed that hungry person. I had a meeting with Rabbi Konevsky, a great rabbi, quite progressive, quite well known, quite influential. And our first meeting, I think I was 20 minutes late. He was about to cancel the meeting, but the reason I was late is because I was feeding someone. It was Jesus who said, I was hungry and you fed me not. I was in prison and you visited me not. Inasmuch as you have done it unto the least of these, our brothers, you've done it also unto me. There are so many videos out right now. How to get wealth. I have some of them out. I interview some of the people who are at the top of their games on my YouTube channel. I've interviewed one of the greatest lawyers of all time, Attorney Tom Mesereau, who represented Michael Jackson. I've interviewed rich and famous people like Peter Marco. I've interviewed some of the most successful lawyers, doctors, entrepreneurs in this world on my YouTube channel. But every now and then, some of us ought to put out a video about giving something back, about leaving a legacy, about leaving something in the earth that will let the world know when Bishop Sherman D.Manning is no longer preaching the gospel, is no longer breathing this air, is no longer living in a huge house. When Bishop Sherman D.Manning has gone to meet my maker, I want to leave my mark in the earth so that my kids will know that God was with me when I passed through this way. I want somebody to be able to say, knowing Bishop Manning made my life a little bit better. Knowing this bishop brought me from the streets to the suites, from homelessness to housing, from hunger to healthy. I want my legacy to be that I help somebody. If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can do my duty as a Christian off, if I can spread the message that the Master taught, then my living will not be in vain. Somebody get this video to TJ the Millionaire in Beverly Hills, not far away from me. Somebody get this video to Tony Robbins, one of the greatest of all times. Somebody get this video to the young men at the School of Hard Knocks and let them know that the measure of your greatness is not how much wealth you've accumulated, but the measure of your greatness is how many lives you've changed. Take a look at the tinyhomesproject.com. Take a look at yeswecanworshipcenter.org. That is the tinyhomesproject.com, yeswecanworshipcenter.org. Whatever you do, keep the faith. God bless.